Major changes could be incoming for the New York Yankees this offseason as they'll be forced to make a tough decision in order to keep around Juan Soto on a massive contract. They'll likely have to let Clay Holmes go in free agency, and we are going to break that down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do. And look, I'm not going to go out here and be like, oh, well, the Yankees, they're going to have to re-sign Soto, obviously, so it's a tough call re-signing him and letting Clay Holmes walk. No, I'm not stupid. I'm not saying that Clay Holmes is worth losing Juan Soto, or I honestly won't even care that much if the Yankees lose Clay Holmes for no reason. But it is still a decision that they're going to have to make because when looking at Clay Holmes, he has been a little up and down, but he's been a solid closer for the Yankees throughout the duration of the season and from the seasons past. But now it appears that he'll likely be leaving in free agency as the Yankees owe a lot of money to a lot of players. And we know that the New York Yankees owner, Hal Steinbrenner, is not the biggest fan of paying out all these contracts. Now, as Hal Steinbrenner said a few months back, I'm going to be honest, payrolls at the levels we're at right now are simply not sustainable for us financially. That's a lie. It wouldn't be sustainable for the vast majority of ownership groups. That's true, but not in your case, given the luxury tax we have to pay. Now, here's the deal about the whole luxury tax situation. You're loaded, Hal. You're so rich, and you didn't even make the money. It's not yours. It's your dad's. It's not yours. And your dad spent money on the Yankees to be good. I'm sorry that you did nothing, were gifted in to some silver spoon life where you didn't have to work a day in your life. Congrats, Hal Steinbrenner. You hit the lottery. But also, here's the deal. You're now hurting a team that your dad loved. You're hurting his legacy. Is that how you want to be known? Like, this is a separate point, and I'm just getting it out now. I understand Juan Soto is going to get a record-breaking contract. He's 25 years old. He's one of the most dynamic hitters in baseball. He's going to get paid a lot of money by the Yankees because if they don't pay him what he asks for, someone else, specifically the New York Mets, absolutely will pay him, and Soto will take the money. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think he should take the money. I understand that. Very few people in professional sports are going to do any sort of deal where they are losing out on a ton of money. The only one that comes to mind where it happened was very recently with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks, and it's a different sport, one of which has a salary cap in the NBA. The MLB doesn't. Juan Soto can ask for whatever money he wants, and he can be paid it. We saw the largest contract in MLB history get signed in Shohei Ohtani going to the Dodgers, and Soto's not getting more than that because Soto doesn't pitch. Let's be honest, frankly, he's not going to be an outfielder for that much longer. Soto's going to be a career DH by the time he's 30 years old. Now, that's something you do have to consider, and it is going to bring his money down a tiny bit. But at the end of the day, Juan Soto is such a dynamic force that he absolutely is going to get paid an astonishing amount of money. He's the number one free agent this year. The number one free agent in baseball always gets paid a ton. I mean, so many people get so much money. Look at Trevor Story, who's played, a game with the Red Sox over the last 3 years, and he's getting paid so much money to literally ride the bench and rehab injuries. And even when he played, he wasn't that good. Remember when Yankee fans really wanted to sign him? I was one of them. I'm an idiot. I've learned a lot more about baseball since then. I'll be honest. I'll be real. But look, here's the deal. With what's going on right now, it's likely that the New York Yankees will not be able to bring back both Clay Holmes and Juan Soto, so that means you're going to let Clay Holmes walk because, well, it's an obvious choice. It does hurt your bullpen, though. The Yankees have had some bullpen questions, and they're going to have to go out and find a new closer, whether that's within their system or outside through an exterior method, such as making a trade or signing someone else who's cheaper. They'll have some options that they can work towards. We know the Yankees like having a good closer. It's something they've prided themselves on. It's something Brian Cashman has prided himself on for a while. I believe when Brian Cashman took over, Mariano Rivera was in the middle of doing Mariano Rivera things. He was, yeah. And so ever since then, the Yankees have tried to have good closers, whether it's bringing in Chapman and then having Clay Holmes and a few other names. For instance, the year before Mariano retired, when he tore his ACL and was out for the year, when they had, I'm forgetting his name. Was it Rafael Soriano? No, I don't know if that's right. I might be thinking of something completely different. But not the point. The point is the New York Yankees, they always have a good closer, and they're going to lose Clay Holmes, who has been one of the better closers in baseball. I almost said he's been one of the better Clay Holmeses in baseball, which I guess is true. But he's been one of the better closers in baseball for a while now, and the Yankees are going to lose him to have to re-sign Soto. Obviously, this comes with the fact that they would re-sign Soto and that another team, the Mets, don't come in and steal Juan Soto away. Now, I do think the Yankees are going to re-sign Soto. The way he's playing baseball, the fact that he gets to hit in front of Aaron Judge has been awesome for his career, and I think it is going to lead to him re-signing with the New York Yankees. And Clay Holmes has spoken about his time with the Yankees, and this was very recently from the New York Post, so shout out to them for bringing this to attention. But when talking about his time with the Yankees, sorry, that's the wrong thing. Wait for it. There we go. Clay Holmes mentioned that we go and win the World Series, have the same team, and then go and do the same thing next year. As players, it's what we're focused on. So he's just kind of talking about impending just the future in general, and he said that he thinks stuff will work out when it needs to. Everybody's journey is a little different, and in that sense, but to be able to come here and really start to put some things together, it's been rewarding. Just being able to go out and really feel like I can contribute to help the team win. Now, long story short, Clay Holmes has helped the team win. He's been a good closer. I know he's struggling of recent, but over the duration of the year and last year, Clay Holmes has been a very solid closer in baseball. One of the best, in fact. Now, I wouldn't go and say he's the best closer in the league. He's just not. We all know he's not, but he's up there. He has struggled a bit more, and I do think it's the overworking him more than anything else. He's usually the most consistent arm in the bullpen, and because of that, he's pitching a lot. And clearly, it's getting to him, which is fine. I do think he'll be okay in the long run this season. But yeah, he's talked about the future and basically said nothing outside of I want to win the World Series, which is great and all, but it does make you think that he's well aware that he could have to leave the Yankees. He has an agent, obviously. His agent's going to be on top of this stuff. They're well aware that, okay, paying Juan Soto means the Yankees probably won't want to shell out that much more money in free agency. I highly doubt the Yankees are going to make any big splashes next summer outside of just re-signing Juan Soto. That's your number one goal, obviously. That is how you win your offseason, is re-signing Soto and then filling in smaller needs because you just paid out all that money. And we know Hal Steinbrenner does not want to get rid of the money that he never made. So, with that all in mind, it does beg the question, what is going to happen with the Yankees closer situation? I'm super, super curious because it's not like replacing Clay Holmes is going to be something that's super easy and can be done without much struggle. And the problem is, you're obviously going with this guy instead. And anyone is. And it's not even a problem, as it is more, he's one of the best hitters on the planet, whereas Clay Holmes, one of the better closers on the planet, is just not to, he's just not to baseball or pitching at all or closing like what Juan Soto is to hitting. I know I'm not saying anything that we're not all aware of, but look, 2.81 ERA, very solid pitcher. Those don't grow on trees. It is going to be tough to replace him, and I think that's something the Yankees do need to be aware of and need to find a solution to. I'm curious to what it's going to be. I have a feeling they'll just trade for someone on a small contract. That seems like the motive. I mean, Matt Blake sees random guys, picks them out, and then they're disgusting out of nowhere. So hopefully that's what happens. I want to know, guys, who do you think is going to take over for Clay Holmes if this does happen? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a phenomenal day, guys. Oh, yeah, we're doubling up. Go Yankees.